Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. My name is Parth, and I'll be Sa for today's meeting. I welcome you all for the nth meeting of Lucas Toastmaster Club. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention few ground rules that we follow in a Toastmaster meeting. Please turn off your mobile phones and put them on silent. As Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, politics, and please refrain from discussing these topics. Please do not cross talk and crosswalk. Before we begin, let me take a moment to remind us all why we are here. The core mission of Toastmaster Club. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which all members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. With this, I would announce the meeting is open and hand over the stage to TMOD of the day, to Toastmaster Puneet instead.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Could you please unmute and have a energetic morning with clapping? Thank you so much for joining in this Saturday morning. And as a regular meeting, it's very good to see all of you here. So before we move on, I can see a few guests are present in the meeting room. But before that, I would like to highlight a little bit about Toastmasters. So we are a 101-year-old organization headquarters in USA, and we have the meetings in on the basis of weekly or uh, twice in a month, or it depends on the club. And we learn public speaking, communication, leadership, and most important, networking in these clubs. So this is a little background, and along with that, we learn from each other. So as here in Toastmasters, we don't have any dedicated teacher or trainer, but all the learning happens by peer-to-peer learning context, where we learn from each other by listening to other and giving and receiving feedback. So before we move on, we have a few people who have joined. So I would like to start with Toastmaster Rahul, as he is in US, I believe, and it's a very late night for him. Still, he chose to join us. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul. Could you please introduce a little bit to the club?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Puneet, for the warm welcome. And I'm Rahul. I've been away from Toastmasters for 2 years. Like the purpose of me joining this meeting is just to check where am I at in terms of public speaking. I just wanted to check whether I've completely lost track of it, or I still have that knack inside me of speaking in front of people. And I'm really looking forward to this meeting. Thank you very much for having me. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Now let's come to Toastmaster William. Could you please unmute yourself and tell something about yourself, or
Yeah,
to
okay.
introduce to the club?
Thank you. And my name is William Egi, and I am a guest that invited by someone, maybe you. And I am here to join Toastmasters to listen some speakers, and maybe I could participate in some topics. And thank you for inviting me. And I think I will uh, convey some things about like about topics, and uh, I think that this is the best place that I can enhance myself. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now let's come to our special guest today, who is Prabhat. So I'm he has connected me a few days back, 4 5 days back, and from then we are trying to talk, but we are not able to match the timing. Sometimes he is available, he calls me, and I will not be available. Sometimes I call, so he is busy. So, but finally he agreed to join our meeting, and let's welcome Toastmaster Prabhat. Sorry, guest Prabhat. So could you please unmute yourself and share something about you, your a little bit of introduction?
Yeah. So I am and I work in means one of the Indus Bank as a chief manager. And I am facing a problem. Actually, I have a big issue with communicate with any strange people, and that's the reason I thought So Toastmaster is a platform where I will open myself. Okay, and that's the reason I joined here. And I am looking forward to improve my communication and also some kind of confidence in public speaking. At the same time, we will say our knowledge to each other and make a strong networking. That's all from my side, Puneet, and over to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful introduction. And you are at the right place where we are learning from each other. And surely we will learn a lot from you as well, from your experience, from your wisdom, and the time you spent in your work, in your life. So you're most welcome to the meeting. Now, I would like to invite, before that, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Toastmaster Jitendra as well, who has agreed to be a Toastmaster of the day in this meeting. So let's move ahead and invite someone who is going to lead this meeting or take this meeting forward. He is a principal consultant at Infosys and having decades of experience in work. He is eight-time president in Toastmaster Club. He is a coach, author, and very passionate Toastmaster who anytime you see him like delivering speeches, keynote speeches, or doing some help to the new Toastmaster. So let's welcome our Toastmaster of the day of today, Toastmaster Jitendra on the virtual stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Puneet. I am back home. I'm the past president of this club, so I'm back home. I thought of interacting you people. So what could be a better one than taking a TMOD and interacting with you guys? Okay. Thank you for setting the context of the meeting, Toastmaster Puneet. Okay. Let's start. A very good morning. I just want to wake up people who are still sleeping.
Good morning.
Just woke up from the sleep and just joined the meeting because there is a Blue Quest Toastmasters meeting today. How many of you have a pet dog? Can you raise your hand? Okay, we have a pet dog. One only. You also have a pet dog. Okay. So how do you control your pet dog?
Sharing love,
Okay.
spending time,
Okay.
and I think the most important part is to take care of his requirements and understanding his requirements when and where he wants to go or what he wants to do. So that's very important, to be giving a feeling that we are always there for him.
So when you take your dog outside, how do you control the dog?
Okay, I have a Labrador, and the Labrador is a dog which loves eating. So anything which is there outside, he would want to eat it, and therefore he would pull you towards that particular object. So what we have realized after having had one very major problem once at the beginning when he was a small kid, we use a muzzle. So he can't eat anything outside. And though we feel bad about it, but I think that's very important because otherwise it can be quite fatal for him. If he eats stale food or something, it can be very bad.
Okay. But it might run away here and there.
So we
How
have
do
a
you-
leash. We have a leash, a strong leash.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he's a very powerful dog. So it's very difficult to control him. So nobody else except my son, me, and we have a walker who makes sure that we ensure that we go with him. But telling you frankly, off late, I find it very difficult because he pulls me away. He's too strong.
Okay, great, sir. So how many of a dog is in a leash controlled? How many of you are leashed with your procrastination? You want to achieve something in your life, but you are leashed with something. You procrastinate a lot. You don't wake up on time. You wanted to read books. You don't get time to read books. How many are still in this? Sir, Puneet, you got a chance, Puneet. You said you are still least, and you're not able to achieve something what you want to achieve.
So I would say in my case, it is sometimes I stuck in doing things which are not important or useless things. For example,
Okay.
scrolling through the mobile. So
Okay.
that is like when I have some important tasks to do, but I still get busy like scrolling through in the nights or in morning, or just do some other task which is not so important. So that like it distracts me for doing important things.
Anybody else? Any thoughts? Any new people? You are least with something. Some of the quality not so good is becoming an obstacle to achieve your goal. Like I heard someone who, yeah, Prabhat. Prabhat, you're speaking on
Prabhat, you're
mute.
muted.
Yeah, so I have a big issue in classrophobia. Okay. And due to this issue, I am not able to achieve much more in my career. I supposed to be in a higher position, but still I am in the middle management. So this kind of classrophobia completely means it is a big hurdle in my career growth. And it looks like it's a kind of phobia where I cannot interact with the people. And in a meeting also, in a presentation also, if I have to present anything in a company or in a meeting room, that time I actually my voice get stuck. And this is the
Okay.
biggest challenge in my life.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhat, for sharing your thoughts. So today's theme is unleashing ourselves. How do we unleash? So we'll cover the problems what we have, and at the end we'll talk about the solutions. How do we unleash ourselves with all this negativities what we have or anything we have it. So let's park aside the theme for now. Let's come to the agenda of the meeting. In the general Toastmasters meeting, there are three sections. First is a prepared speech. Next is a table topic, which is the most important part. Most of you, one of the guests said that they want to attempt a table topic. Third is the evaluation, which we say it's a evaluation is breakfast of champions for Toastmasters. So before I start the agenda of the meeting, may I call upon the general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Sorendra. Sorendra, sir, he is a veteran Toastmasters from a long time, and he's a chemical engineer, MBA, and a trainer. He is a two times DTM. DTM, people who don't know, DTM is a distinguished Toastmaster, highest qualification, and you can put in your resume or LinkedIn, and if in the interviews you get some advantage, if the and he's a Toastmaster since more than 15, 16 years from 2009. So, Toastmaster Saurendra sir, over to you for the general evaluation, yeah, team's introduction and roles and responsibilities.
Thank you very much. In Toastmasters, unfortunately, because of this white thing in the salt and pepper hair, people constantly call me sir. I'm no sir. I can't even teach anyone anything. So let it be just Shorendra. That's a good name for me. Well, as the general evaluator of the day, it is my responsibility to see how the meeting is being conducted. It's something like being the speaker of the parliament, a parliamentarian who's requested to look after how the meeting is progressing and following up on those. As part of this role, I have people who will be supporting me in my endeavor. I will have a, a evaluator for each of the two speeches which will be delivered today. Along with them, a very critical part of Toastmasters is the timers, the R counter, and the grammarian, which we call in totality as the tag team. The timer for today is Puneet, and I will request Puneet to kindly tell us what is his role and how is he going to conduct it. Over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Time is one of the most important resource we have as humans, but still we use it worst. And to help you to utilize your time well, as a timer of today's meeting, my role is to take care of timings for each and everybody in the speaking section, in the table topic section, and in the evaluation. So at the minimum time, I will raise a green background. At the meantime, a yellow background, and at the maximum time, a red background. When you see a red background, it means it's your time to wrap up your speech. For example, if a speech is 5 to 7 minutes, so at 5 minutes, I will show a green background, at 6 minutes, yellow, and at 7 minutes, red background. And other than that, you have 30 seconds of grace period on both the side into the speech section and in the table topic section only on the upper side. So I will show a small demo. So at the meantime, you will see this green background. At meantime, yellow, and maximum time red. Once you see the red, it means it's time to wrap up your speech. And I will submit my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by general evaluator. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you. The R counter today, I have taken on the role of the R counter today. And as the R counter, it is my responsibility to look at how people use crutchword, or what we better know as filler words. These are words which are unconsciously used by us when we speak. These words, or the filler words that we could use, could be as simple as the word ah. A lot of us will say ah, you know, right. These are words which are not required in our sentence, and only at appropriate places where they are required, you can use it. But otherwise, it is unnecessarily using a word which is not required, and it actually distracts the listener when you're talking about it. So I will be counting such words so that I can give you a feedback at the end of the meeting, and you will be able to ensure that the next time that you're speaking, you will be aware that you have been using these words and you will avoid them. So I will come back at the last session, which is the evaluation session, and in that session, I will help you to know how many of these words you are using. Thank you. And now, my last team member in the tag is the grammarian. Unfortunately, at the time when we were doing our agenda, we didn't have anyone, and I have taken just thought about it, and I have requested our immediate past president, Toastmaster Ria Anand, to take over this role of the grammarian, which she does very well. So over to you, Ria, for your inputs on what is it that you're going to do today as grammarian.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharendra. As the grammarian, I'll be your English police for today. I'll be keenly listening to what you say and how can it be said better. I'll take note of all those words and will come back in the evaluation section. Apart from that, my duty is also to share a word of the day. The word of the day for today is aspire. Aspire means to dream of something and to dream and have a drive to achieve something. The use of it in a sentence A simple sentence would be I aspire to become the top in my field. I would request all of you to give a thumbs up when the speaker on stage uses the word of the day. I'll also share the count of the word of the day at the end in my report. So with that, I hand over the stage back to you, Toastmaster Sharif.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ria. And we all aspire to do our best. And when we do our best, the results are the best. So, wishing everyone a very, very active participation in this meeting so that we'll all learn. And at the end of the meeting, our aspirations are fulfilled. So, I'll come back to you in the last session on the instructions of the Toastmaster of the day. But as of now, I'm handing over the forum to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jitendra. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Swarendra, for stating the roles and responsibilities of your team. Okay, let's move on with the first section of the meeting. I said prepared speech. Okay. The first speaker for today is Parth Juneja. Before I call upon Parth Juneja, I would like to call upon the evaluator of Parth Juneja, distinguished Toastmaster Swarendra, to state the objectives of your target speaker. Over to you.
Thank you. Actually, today, our our division director, Toastmaster Ritik, was to be the evaluator for this position, but I will immediately take on this role. And as I remember, and I'm just looking for my mobile here so that I can go back to that immediately and check it out. Just give me a moment, sir, with your permission. And since Ritik has not joined, yeah.
But if you are okay,
So
I can
Parth,
state the
that's okay. Okay. Our speaker today is Parth. Parth is going to do his level 1. And the speech title is Control Through Surrender. And this is from the project Writing a Speech with Purpose. Timer, kindly note that Parth has 5 to 7 minutes to deliver his speech with a buffer of 30 seconds on either side. With this, over to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Swarendra Bhaumik. So, Parth, let's have a quick audio video check.
Hi, am I visible and audible?
Yes, you're visible and audible. Okay. Toastmaster Parth Juneja is college student still trying to figure out life like how we struggled during our college life. Toastmaster Parth, as distinguished Toastmaster Swarendra said, level 1, and his project details is writing a speech with a purpose. Timer, please note again, 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Parth, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Toastmaster Parth, control through surrender. Control through surrender, Toastmaster Parth.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Imagine you are standing on side of a mountain. You are exhausted, your body is giving up, and one wrong step can send you falling. What would you do? On 22nd of December 2024, my alarm rang at 3:30 in the morning. A few minutes later, my friends and I started our final trek to Kedarkanta summit. It was still dark, the air was freezing, and the breath still felt sharp. As we climbed higher, the first ray of sunlight began to appear behind the mountains. And then, after hours of climbing, I could finally see it, the summit. It was so close, I could almost sense the satisfaction of standing there and enjoying the sunrise. But my body had other plans. The the higher I climbed, the heavier my steps became. I had barely slept. I was carrying a heavy backpack. Oxygen level was low. My legs were exhausted, and it was my first trek. After the, and then something strange happened. Every few minutes, I would lose awareness for a second or two. Then I would remember walking and suddenly became aware of steps again. It is called micro sleeps. That scared me. It wasn't a one-time event. It just kept happening and happening. Now I wasn't just fighting the mountain. Every step I was fighting the survival instinct. Every step came with a question. What if I collapse? What if I can't make it? What if something goes wrong? My mind was producing thoughts faster than the rate I was walking. Eventually, I reached a point where I was completely drained. I stopped, I looked at the summit, I looked at the ground. Then I made a decision. Either I read the summits or I don't. As simple as that, right? I stopped calculating every possible outcome. I stopped trying to control what may and may not happen. And strangely, it was the moment everything started feeling lighter. I took one step, then another, and before I realized it, I was there at the top of the summit, watching a sunrise that felt like it has been hardly earned. Not because I was fearless, but because for a few moments I stopped letting my fear control my decision. At the time, I didn't think much of a decision, but after a few months later, I found myself trekking near Dharamkot on a try-on trek, and there was another lesson coming, and which I wasn't aware of. The weather changed unexpectedly, snow starting melting during the day. Unlike Kedarkanta, I arrived overconfident. I skipped the mountain shoes. I ignored the trekking pole and somehow decided a pair of sneakers with almost no grip would be enough. Although, thankfully, my friend forced me to get a wooden stake for support. As we began our descent, the trail looked completely different from few hours ago when we were climbing up. Part of it were covered with black ice. Not a part of it, almost all of it. One careless step and I would disappear from this world. The main issue was the grip of the shoes, and the only support I had was a pole. I had to force that pole into the snow or mud with anything other than black ice to gain a little bit of friction. So I was a person, or you may say animal, with 3 feet, and two of them being paralyzed. Every step required a committee inside my head. And the same thing was that all this thinking and all the conclusion of that committee wasn't really helping. It made it worse. My body became stiff, my movement became unnatural, and the fear of falling was making me likely to fall. To make things even better, the sun decided to set. The view was beautiful, but my desire to reach bottom safely was much stronger. Now, I'm not recommending what I did to any one of you. Uh, After spending so much energy on thinking, I did something completely irrational. I started running, not sprinting, but was fast enough that my friend would think that I've lost my mind. Every few minutes, I would lose my grip while still running. I would have to recover, and this situation was one side on my one side there was a mountain wall, while the other it was a long drop. Looking back, it was a reckless event. One wrong step, and this whole would have ended up completely differently. But what stuck with me isn't the part of running, it's what happened to my mind. For the first time during the descent, I wasn't trapped in an endless what ifs. I wasn't still standing, demanding certainty. I was simply moving, one step, then another, and then another. As you can all see, I'm sitting here giving a speech. So I made it. Looking back, the Kedarkantha and Dharamkot were completely different mountains, but they confronted me with the same question. What if I fall? In Kedarkantha, it wasn't a literal fall. The exhaustion, the lack of sleep, and those brief moments of loss of awareness wondered me if I would reach the mountain safely. On Dharamkot, the threat was much more obvious. The slippery slope, different circumstances, but the same fear. In both situations, I noted the same pattern. I wanted guarantees. I wanted proof that everything would be all right. I needed certainty. But eventually, I realized certainty was never available to me. The mountain couldn't provide it, life couldn't provide it, and the future couldn't provide it. It's how life works, doesn't it? What I what I could control was my next step, not five steps, just one single step. And strangely, the moment I demanding certainty from the situation, I gained control of myself. That is what I meant by the title, Control Through Surrender. Not surrendering effort, not surrendering responsibilities, not surrendering ambition, but surrendering the need to control every outcome before taking action. Because sometimes the greatest source of our anxiety is not uncertainty itself, it's the refusal to accept it. So I would like to leave you with the question: how many opportunities, decisions, or experience are we delaying because we are waiting for certainty? And what might happen if we just accept uncertainty and take the next steps anyways? Because sometimes the way to control gain is to surrender the need for it. Thank you. Handing back the mic to Osman. TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmasters Parth Juneja, for sharing your experiences. So I think everybody will get benefited when they plan for the next summit or ascent to any of the mountain region. So next, let's have the next speaker. We have speaker number 2, Toastmaster Rishabh. Before I call upon Rishabh, I would like to call upon his evaluator Toastmaster Ritvik to state the objectives of your target speaker. Toastmaster Ritvik.
Ritik is not here. Rahul will be doing them.
Okay. Toastmaster Rahul.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rahul, and I'll be evaluating Rishabh on his icebreaker speech. So, your purpose is to introduce yourself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Timer, please take a note that the time for this particular level and project is 4 to 6 minutes and a 30-second grace time on both sides. Good luck, Rishabh.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Rishabh, a quick audio video check.
Yes, I'm audible.
You're audible.
And my video is already?
Yes, your videos.
Oh.
So Toastmaster Rishabh will be delivering his level 1, the first speech, icebreaker, which the Speaker, let us know who is he. Okay. So timer again, it's 4 to 6 minutes. Toastmaster Rishabh, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hi everyone.
Toastma- Toastmaster Rishabh. This is Rishabh. This is Rishabh. Toastmaster Rishabh.
Hi everyone. My dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. I, Rishabh, stand here today to share a fast forward story of my life. Starting with my childhood, I was born and brought up in Panchkula. Obviously, you have heard about Panchkula before. Those who are not aware, it's a small, beautiful, peaceful town adjoining Chandigarh and on the foothills of Himachal, famous for its planned architecture and beautiful green parks. As a child, I was very scared of my father. My father has always been strict about everything. He's a retired government employee and is none less than an army person because of his punctuality and discipline. But as I grew up, I began to understand him better. Today, apart from being my father, he's also my best friend. He's my go to person for any guidance or advice. His discipline has shaped me, and his wisdom continues to guide me even today. Since child, I've always been a very shy person. The moment the teacher asked for volunteers to come to stage and speak, I would suddenly become invisible. Speaking in front of people, absolutely terrifying. So, friends, standing here today already feels like a small personal victory. Fast forward, I did my engineering from Chandigarh Engineering College, Mohali, and got a campus placement and moved to Gurgaon. In Gurgaon, I worked for a few years in the corporate world, and then universe surprised me with another exciting opportunity, and I moved to Cyprus. Quick question, anyone? Has anyone here heard about Cyprus before? Okay, so I have also haven't heard about this before I moved here. Cyprus is a small, beautiful, peaceful island country located in the Mediterranean Sea, famous for its beautiful beaches and scenic coastline. Moving to Cyprus was exciting as well as a huge learning opportunity, be it in terms of new people, getting to know new culture, and basically stepping outside of my comfort zone. While in Cyprus, I made some pretty good friends with whom I'm still in touch with. Now, I want to share about my another transformation journey, my fitness journey. Few years back, life became very monotonous. Work, eating junk food, no exercise, then again work. It all became a loop. As a result of this, I gained a quite lot of weight. While in Cyprus, I saw people of all age groups, be it young adults, middle-aged people, senior citizens, doing cycling, running, prioritizing their health, staying active. This made me question myself. If they can, why can't I? So I started with small, with running, and I'm happy to share that over the course of like 6 months to 1 year of duration, I lost close to 10 kgs of weight. But to be fully honest, after getting married, some of the weight has made a comeback. But the good news is I have developed this new hobby of going to gym, and now I'm quite regular in that. Now, you may be wondering, I have changed countries, changed my lifestyle, changed my habits. Why I'm still here? Because one fear still remains is the fear of public speaking. I believe in professional life, communication matters. A great idea is of no use if you can't express that with confidence. And my nervousness while public speaking has been limiting my professional growth. And as it has been rightly said, what you fear the most is what you should repeatedly do until it no longer scares you. So here I am doing exactly that. At last, I just want to say my journey from being a shy child hiding from school stages to standing here sharing my journey is still in progress. I may not be the most confident speaker yet, but one life lesson that I've learned over the years is growth doesn't happen inside your comfort zone. If you want to grow in life, want to learn something new, you need to step outside your comfort zone. That's it from my side. Thank you, and over to you, Jitendra.
Can I request everyone to stand up and give him a standing ovation?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rishabh. We now know you better than what your members knew it. Really a great speech expressing yourself right from your birth till your family. So next, let's move on to the theme again. How many of you still remember what's the theme after two interesting speeches? Anyone? Anyone has forgotten? Be honest enough. What is the theme for the day? Yes, you've forgotten. Because you delivered a great speech. Okay. So we are talking about unleashed. So this section we'll talk about, now we'll talk about what are the problems and what are you facing that you are not able to achieve? You are not able to unleash yourself. Yeah, Parth, you start with. Tell me at least 2, 3 which is stopping you that you are not able to achieve what you want to achieve.
Well, there are a lot of problems that are
Yeah.
hindering my progress.
Yes.
Let's start with procrastination, as you also mentioned. So the other one I could say is not taking stress too much. The main motive of my speech was to like taking it chill and trusting our instinct. Although I have had a great experience, which can easily give anyone the lessons that I want to have myself. That is to not think too much about future, but still I'm trying to accommodate that into my life.
Okay, great. So you take a lot of stress, you procrastinate. Ria.
I just, basis what Pat said, I just wanted the group to be reminded of a quote that Master Uguay has said in Kung Fu Panda, if anybody has seen that movie. It is, which goes by the saying, you are stuck in what has been and what will be. Focus on what it is today, something of that sort. So, overthinking is what takes us on the other side. I mean, that's a bigger problem that I have. And it's very difficult to come back, pull the threads, and be in the present, which is a gift.
Okay. Overthinking. So we have procrastination, stress, overthinking. Any other pointers from anyone which is hindering you to be unleashed? Anyone? I know there might be money. It not be 3.
Yeah.
Punit. Yeah.
Sorry. Can I come in?
Yes, yes.
My
Please.
thought was Sometimes it's a fear of the unknown, and at the same time, a sense of uncomfortable situations which could happen if it goes wrong. And I think the biggest constraint in our life to unleash is, what will other people say about me? Fear of society.
Which we generally say, "Log kya kahenge?" That is what LKK.
Absolutely.
In the
Absolutely.
coaching times, we term that as LKK. Log
LKK.
kya kahenge? Okay. Any other? Puneet.
Okay, so I would say sometimes family responsibilities, as if people are elder child like me, they can understand or relate to, because as soon as a elder child is born, so parents have, if that is a boy, so parents put all the responsibilities. Okay, you need to take care of your small siblings and all, and if I want to do anything, then we need to quit my something or do something, like take some risk. But because of this responsibility, I am unable to take risks. That's what I say
Okay.
right now.
Okay. So responsibility and accountability comes. That's again a problem which is not helping. Anybody else? There might be many, I said. Rishabh, you are very thoughtful in a pensive mode.
Hello.
Yes.
Sorry. What's the question for me?
What is stopping you to unleash yourself? You want to you are aspiring to reach somewhere, but some things are stopping you. You are not able, you are bounded with it, you are leashed with it.
So, I would say like for quite some time, uh, like for start maybe like if I want to share from my professional growth perspective, like I feel like uh, I've been leased by I am not able to move in my career like or progress maybe because I feel like my nervousness while speaking in group meetings have been overcoming me, have been overpowering me. So so yeah, that's something like which I thought of, and I think I decided like to explore something new, like what would help, and like I learned about Toastmaster. It's a very safe environment to practice and to grow ourselves. So I think like this is what I am started, and I hopeful to be very regular, and I think like this has positively helped me, and yeah, like yeah, that's it, I guess.
Okay, thank you. So generally, these are the problems which commonly every people face. It's like you know the problems, but you know the solution also, but you are not able to do it. We'll look that in the further section. And some of the things are there in life that you don't know what you don't know. Some of the things you don't know what is your problem. For that also you require people to do. We looked at in the next, we'll park the theme again for some time, and let's have the most interesting section of the meeting of the Toastmaster meeting, table topics. People who don't know table topics is impromptu speeches. Like your spouse has given you to bring something, you've forgotten how you handle that scenario. That is table topic. Your boss has given you some deliveries to present something in front of the client, and the PPT deck is not ready. How you handle it? That is table topic in your daily life. Okay. For that, we have a very dynamic Toastmaster. Toastmaster Ria. She is a finance professional. She's still figuring out life as it progresses. She does it bits and pieces, trying to figure out life. And she's in the storyteller in the meaning. Storytelling is a very big profession. People who are coming up with the profession, it's a very big, because we know when we put client presentation, the storytelling matters a lot to win the proposal. So without further ado, I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Ria to take over the table topic section.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jitendra. And it's good to have you as TMOD after a very long time. We'll now
Thank you.
move to the most interesting section of Toastmasters meeting, which is table topics. I have some topics which are quite aligned, a little bit of alignment with alignment to the theme today. They are easy, but they will still require a little bit of thought. But I'm pretty sure that they'll interest you to come up on the stage and participate. Just to brief again on the timings. Once you're given the topic, you will be allowed to think for 10 seconds or so. Once the time starts, you will be timed at 1 minute, shown a green card, 1:30 a yellow card, and 2 minutes a red card. The maximum allowed time is 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So I would urge all of you to be within that time limit. Now, who's going to go first? Who would want to go first? Okay, Toastmaster part. Well, after delivering a perfectly picturesque speech where you've transported all of us to the mountains, we'll give you the first topic of today's table topic section. Toastmaster part. What would happen if deadlines didn't exist? What would happen if deadlines didn't?
Now, deadlines have different impact on everyone. It can be divided into two cases. Either you get benefited from it, or you completely give up and end up doing nothing. I am the first kind of person, the person who get benefited of it. I'll tell you how. Let's suppose I have a speech tomorrow. Yeah, I'm talking about yesterday. And it's a deadline. Yes, I could quit and I would say like, nah, I'm unwell. But I have been doing that past 6 months. I'm sorry. So it was a self-set deadline, and I started writing speech at approx 10:30. I wanted to at 8, but I ended up starting at 10:30, 11:30, or 10:30. I don't even remember. Then, after writing a few lines and having this thought on what I would write, I felt I have completed it, or I have made a halfway mark. And then I started scrolling. I started watching Netflix, and suddenly I looked at the clock and it was 12:30. Now I became aware of the deadline, and I had to deliver a speech the next day or the same day if we consider the 12-hour clock. So that forced me to write all my ideas onto a page and make a connector blocks. And I did all that in like 1.5 hours. Why? Because I had a deadline. If there were no deadline and I started on Monday and have to deliver a speech on Saturday, it would have taken me around 3-4 days to prepare and deliver this speech. I know it would have been better than this, but that quality of me of perfection, which I would not consider a good quality, will bind me to not do that. So to counter that perfection quality, I think the deadline is the best thing I could enforce on myself. Back to tabletop mastery.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Parth. And since we now know that you've written a speech in that short duration of time, at least I appreciate it even more because it didn't feel like that it was a 2 hours effort put to play. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Parth, for that good take on the table topics. Who will go next? William. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. William, your topic for the day. William, is for perfection a form of procrastination? Is perfection a form of procrastination?
Yeah. Hello everyone. You are Toastmasters. Perfection sometimes is a form from procrastination because people like to show more about perfection or thought human is not perfect in every kind. But when human wanted to show about perfection, they sometimes forget about themselves because they just show up about appearance about physical body or like handsome or beautiful, but they sometimes don't know about post-recognition. But I assume that every human has different view, different ideas about perfection. But me myself, say that perfection, like a form of post-recognition. But I also fight to 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 remove about perfection because I know that perfection sometimes make me still uncomfortable. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster William. And it was a great take. Perfectionism or perfection, as we said, might be a form of procrastination for some, but might be a driving factor for the others. So it's actually on an individual how they want to see it. But if you try delay doing anything and everything until it's perfect or that the perfect opportunity arises, I see that it usually doesn't work for me. Maybe works for the others, but that's how the topic came into being. Okay, the third person to go off is Toastmaster Shaurendra. I saw Toastmaster Shaurendra also raising hand earlier. So, Toastmaster Shaurendra, I actually have a very special topic for you. Toastmaster Shaurendra, imagine procrastination as a person. Convince it to live your life. Imagine,
Convince it to?
imagine procrastination is a person. Convince it to live your life. Toastmaster Shaurendra.
I must start by telling you about how this word procrastination came into my life. I had put in about 20 years of work when I changed my job and I took up a new job. And every morning as I went into my office and I looked at my daily schedule of what to do, on the top of it was always a meeting. And we all would join up, some 10 or 15 of us would join up, and we would take a point on which we would want the business to improve. And everyone sat around, and there was this discussion on how we should progress. And as ever, the man who was chairing the meeting would make a point, and everyone else in the meeting would start developing on that particular point. And I found it very, very difficult. And at the end of the meeting, as if we had said, new agenda for the final opinion. It got lingered around till about 6 months. I had had enough, and once I told them that what is the purpose of this 2 hours meeting that we have every day when we have not taken any action, and what we were discussing about has changed. The scenario has changed, and that is the day we all decided that every meeting will be only standing meeting and a decision has to come out of the meeting, otherwise don't have to. And that is how I was able to remove procrastination from my life. Thank you very much for having heard my story. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharendra, for that story of yours. We'll now move on to the guests. Prabhat, if you are on and if you would want to take up a topic, the chance is yours.
So, hello everyone. So, first, I would like to define procrastination. So, what is the meaning? So, what is the meaning of procrastination?
Prabhat, we cannot, I cannot hear you. I don't know about
And
the
we,
others.
yeah,
There's,
am I audible? Am I
there's a,
audible? Yeah, am I audible?
yeah, you can close off the video if that is okay. The bandwidth for your net seems
Okay.
low. Okay.
Yeah, am
Yeah,
I audible now?
yeah, it's better. I'll give you a
Yeah.
topic to speak and you can speak on that topic. The previous topic is done. I'll give you a new topic.
Okay.
Okay. So the new topic for you is,
Yeah. Yeah.
Prabhat, are habits stronger than motivation? Are habits stronger than motivation? Prabhat.
Yeah, could you please repeat what you said? Actually, I didn't hear.
Sorry, Prabhat. I am unable
Write it
to
in the
still hear
chat.
you.
Write the topic of the chat.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Prabhat, are you comfortable with this topic?
Yeah, actually,
He says some network issue.
Network
we
issue.
can,
So you'll give in
yeah,
later once it's
later.
improved.
Yes.
It improves.
Please move on to
Sure,
the next speaker.
we'll move on. Who would want to go next? Prabhat, do you have a better network right now?
yeah, now I am audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, so could you please repeat my topic?
Yes, I'll repeat the topic. The topic is, are habits stronger than motivation? Are habits
Okay.
stronger than motivation?
Okay. So, thank you, everyone. So, we will talk about first habit and then we'll go for motivation. Motivation is the kind of thing when people actually, if once he get motivated, he can do any kind of task. It might be if someone say if you get demotivated, if you know you can do, if somebody or people will say, you know, you can't do it. So that time you will be not able to complete that task. But if you get motivated from your supervisor in your family also, in that time you will be able to do this. And the motivation actually means a big important role in our life, in a human life. So we talk about means in a day-to-day life, where I do work in our office, or we do means daily routine in our personal life. At time motivation gives a very big important role in that's all from my side.
Beautiful. Very well done, Prabhat.
Thank you so
Oh.
much, Prabhat. Thanks a lot. We'll have one more topic before I hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day. Who would want to take that one last chance?
Rahul.
Rahul was trying to hide quietly, just not trying to raise his
No,
hand.
no, no, because I already have a role, so I was just thinking of maybe let's let other people who doesn't have a role here just go ahead. But yeah, come on.
Yeah, cool. So Toastmaster Rahul, which is harder, starting a task or finishing it? Which is harder, starting a task or finishing it, Rahul?
Starting a task or finishing it. Well, honestly, it depends on person to person. For me, it is finishing the task, which is the most hardest thing ever to do. The reason for that is in all the instances of my life where I've been dealt with deadlines. So if I start a work, I always do with high energy, high motivation. But when I'm towards the end of it, I'm like, oh, I can't do it. So that's what happened. That's what happens with me. But like I said, it depends upon person to person. If you're someone who aspire to be a very good person or a very good professional in general, then I think for you starting it might be a little harder, but finishing it would be your strongest fort, I would say. So I think it's all personal things, in my opinion. Other than that, well, I don't know what to say, but I'm a very, I don't know, honestly, I'm out of words for this. Thank you very much. Sorry for that. Um, Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rahul, for your thoughts on the topic. And yes, it depends from person to person whether it is starting a task or finishing it. For me, it is more starting a task, then it usually gets into the routine and I'm able to finish it, but it depends from each and it depends person to person. So that's about it, and I conclude the table topic section for today. I'll now hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jitendra.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ria, for the great topics and people expressed from their heart. Okay, let's come back to a theme again. How many of you had a breakthrough recently in last 2, 3 years? Breakthrough in your life? Anyone? No one? Some breakthrough, you achieved something. You wanted to uh, pass some exam, get some promotion, change companies. There are a lot of breakthroughs are there. So any breakthroughs anyone had recently? Okay, Rakesh.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in this year, on 1st April 26, actually, I am working with the National Insurance Company, which is the government non-life insurance company. So I have got promoted to the cadre of Deputy General Manager. So
Okay.
this is the top management level. And on scaling this height, I can view which I could not understand, or which was something impossible for me. from the assistant level, that is from the clerical cadre, I have reached to this extent. So this is because of the grace of God, and I am very much feeling blessed with this, with this blessings of the God. And from this, I can have the aerial view of the entire organization. How does it run, and what is my job's responsibilities are there. And God willing, I will be able to prove myself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rakesh. One quick question. God helps those who help themselves. How did you help yourself to come to this position?
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me what you did
Yes,
to
sir.
this to reach here.
Yes, sir. Sir, in fact, what had happened below this position, there was only the written examination. Thereafter the interview. So that was the level of chief manager, scale 5. Now, as soon as I got qualified or became eligible to appear for this scale 6 examination, is scale 6 cadre, that is deputy general manager, there it was only the interview. So I wanted to excel in that only, because I was having the hiccups, having the impediments in speaking, communication skill. That's why I joined the Toastmaster International in the year July 23. So I have been working upon it since then in July, from July 23, and I became eligible in last year. I could not make it, but this year I could make it because of the my persistent, consistent efforts, or joining the meetings over here virtually or physically. Right now, I am based in Kolkata. I belong to Delhi. So I have been yeah, associated with the Toastmaster International since July 23, and occupied the position of the president and vice president education twice. And even it is pertinent to mention here that because of the this feat, I have made my wife the Toastmaster also, and she is associated with the Hindi Toastmaster Club. So with this, I am very much indebted to the Toastmaster International. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for express. Thank you, Rakesh, for expressing how you achieved it. So now you saw to reach certain position to get some breakthrough to unleash it. Rakesh did point one, point two very steadily. He grew and he joined Toastmasters. He knew what was his problem, and he reached that position. So how many of you are still doing the thing to reach your breakthrough or destination? Like you want to pass some exam. Punit, over to you.
So I'm still working on that, and before that, I have switched my job, and currently also I'm in switching job. So I'm looking for the new roles, and yes, I think once I will able to switch, then after that, I will try to do some more things. But that is the top priority for me right now.
Okay, great. Anybody else? Any breakthroughs? Okay. So basically, to reach some breakthrough, you need to have that energy in you. To get that energy, health is your first factor. If your health is not good, you can do. We have seen many people in the corporate, they say, today I'm working from home because I'm not well from one. Every time we see, because of the stress, spoke about express in the previous meetings, stress. To get rid of stress, do some yoga, do some exercises. So people don't exercise. That is again a problem in today's life. We don't exercise, we don't walk even. We sit there, we just work. You go to office, come, sit in your desk whole day, and you just sleep at the end of the day, whatever time. So exercise is very good. So your health is very, very important to reach your breakthroughs, to unleash yourself. Next, you need to have a peace of mind. So generally what happens, people don't have peace of mind nowadays. People think a lot of things, and this is a devil box now. This is every night people sleep late because of this. So keep away this mobile away from you, at least 7-8 meters away from our different room. Then sleeping, you will have a sound sleep. The next day it goes well. Generally, people don't, because stress is this one. Again, to come out of the stress, try to ignore some of the things. We don't ignore, we keep in our head. It's a junk value. people who are from the technical coding background, we had a in C F flush yourself. Every new day, flush yourself, restart your. So generally, we think of a lot of things. So we should know what to keep in our head and what not to keep. So that is again another problem what we face in our day-to-day life. Then to your relationship at home. If your relationships are not good with your boss or with anyone you meet every day, that is again causing a stress and you cannot reach your breakthrough. And fourth one, anybody can say other. Your health is there. Health is very important. Your peace of mind, relationship, anything else? Any thoughts from you?
Yeah, it's a self-confident. It's a self-confident. Actually, confidence is also keeping the fight.
Okay. So,
Am I
Prabhat,
clear? It's
no,
a self-confident.
your network still has issues. What I heard is conflict. Okay, no problem. I'll take it forward. So generally, self-confident. Okay, great. So self-confidence is required. Self-confidence will only come when you have a very high level energy. You do a workout or any exercise you do, whatever you eat, basically whatever you eat, that should be burned. Whether you do swimming, cycling, or walking, or yoga at home, yoga in anything you do, it should be burned. That is the only thing is there. Then that will convert into glucose and you will get that energy level. Self-confidence will come when you have all this. Fourth pillar, what I wanted to say is that is finance. So generally, you have lot of aspirations in life. You want to buy something. I want to buy this. I want to buy this. Buy a house. Buy something which you like. This life is very small, and you want to buy something. So take care of your finance as well to keep your mental peace as well. You plan your finance. So there is a talk in the everywhere in this world now that even 12th standard or 10th standard should have a finance subject. Because after all, you do great, you pass out from IITs, IIMs, or the big colleges in the universities in the world, but still you struggle with finance because you don't know how to manage it. Where to spend and where not to spend, you are stuck in that because you get into the influences of this marketing company. Marketing company does a lot of marketing and you get tempted to buy it. So these four things, if you take care, I think you can maintain you can unleash yourself, maintain your peace. Let's park this again before I come to the conclusion. Let's move on to the third section of the meeting, that is the evaluation section. For this, I'd like to call upon our distinguished Toastmaster, the general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Surendra. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope you all can hear me. Well, before I go in for my evaluation of the meeting today, I will call on our first evaluator for the speech which was delivered by Toastmaster Pratt. I happen to be his default evaluator, and therefore I will take this opportunity to evaluate Parth. Toastmaster Parth, I am absolutely bowled over by this lovely speech that you have given. As everyone, and as I always say, is when you give a personal story, people will get attracted to it because we, as human beings, are always looking at other people's experience to learn from it. And I, for one, who loves mountaineering, but because of the old age, have stopped doing it, have some of those things which came back to me. One is the fear of the uncertainty, which was very well built by you when you said one step followed by another and then another as you progress. Some of those things that there's always a body and mind game which is going on when you are at a high exhaustion situation or at high levels where the oxygen levels are not enough, and it actually confuses you a lot of times. And then your effort on trying to overcome and take control of your mind were very well outlined by you. The learnings, whether it was not wearing a proper footwear or moving in the melting snow, and then how you were able to use the pole and looking at the uncertainties because the sun is setting was so well elevated by you that I was totally gripped into your speech. I will quickly suggest a couple of things which you would like to consider in future. My first submission to you is that you are talking about a very active or activity related issue. High energy is required, activities are required, and therefore the way you have delivered the speech could be, instead of sitting, standing. Because in this high activity speech that you are talking about, the background, we did not see any of your hand movements. We were totally devoid of that part because as you went to your emotions, feelings, everything was there on your face. But if you had added your hand movements or the body language came up, this speech would have really skyrocketed. The other suggestion that I have is, even if you had to deliver the speech while sitting, please keep about 36 to 40 inch difference between your camera and yourself. Because when you are on the camera, if you're too close, some of the movements of your face get blurred. So my suggestion is that overall, lovely speech, accepting the uncertainties and surrendering to it came up very well. Your emotions were very well taken. And thank you for a lovely speech, which set me back many, many years. Thank you very much. Now, I will request our next evaluator, which is Toastmaster Rahul Minas. Rahul, will you please take on the evaluation of our second speaker, which was the speech by Toastmaster Rishabh. Over to you, Rahul.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. It is rightly said that a journey of 1,000 miles start by taking that very first step. And kudos to you, Rishabh, that you took that very first step and you came out of your comfort zone and you broke the ice. So can I please have a round of applause for him from the audience? Wow, I must say, I really loved your speech, Rishabh. And there are three particular things that really did stood out for me in your speech. So the first thing for me, like for me to call a speech, it must have three ingredients. It is called, what the first thing is an opening, which you had, then a body, then a conclusion. So you had all three of these ingredients in your speech, and that's something which for me qualifies as a speech. The second thing that I really loved about you is your hand gestures. I mean, I remember when I was delivering my icebreaker speech around 3 years ago at a Toastmasters meeting. My hands were like this, like this. I was so nervous in front of people. But when I saw you, you had a lot of confidence because you were using hand gestures, and that's a very good sign of a new speaker. And the third thing that I really liked about your speech is you asked question. Like I remember you asked all of us that how many of you know about Cyprus. That's a very good thing because you're trying to interact with the audience. It's not just all about you. You're trying to include the audience in it. So that's also something I really liked about you. Now, no speech can be perfect, and it is totally okay. I mean, we all are learning, we all are improving, we all are evolving, and so there are two things that I want you to work on. The first thing is try to add some emotions to your speech. Like for instance, I remember you said that the moment teacher asked me to speak, I got scared. You could have easily said it in a way, say like the moment when teacher asked me to speak, I was so scared. Just try to add some emotions in there. And the other thing that I would suggest you to at least practice 10 to 15 times in front of the mirror before coming over to delivering your speech, because there was a short, or I must say a little bit of a long pause when you were speaking. It is okay to take a pause, but when you took a pause, it kind of felt a little long, which might have sent an impression that the speaker is not prepared. So that's all I want you to work on. Other than that, I believe you have a lot of potential in you. Just keep delivering your speeches, and personally, I'll be rooting for you. Like, if possible, do send me the meeting link or whatever, like whenever you'll be delivering your next speech. I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the virtual stage. I won't, unfortunately, I won't be able to see you on the physical stage because I'm not in the country, but I'm really looking forward to listening more of your speeches. So that's all I have to say. Thank you very much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rahul. That was a brilliant evaluation. Now, before I go to the TAC team for their report, I would like to compliment Rahul for a very precise and well-structured evaluation that you did. Rahul, I love the way that you pointed out the hand movements and the gestures that the speaker had, which helped him to emote his feelings much better. Thank you for that. So now I will request the TAC team to give their report. And I will start it from, instead of TAG, I will go back from GAT because timer is very important in our meetings. So may I request our immediate past president and the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Ria Anand, to take over the session. Yeah.
Thank you so
Grammarian's
much,
report.
Toastmaster. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharendra. The day was a good one, is what I would say. I have a few good usages as well as some not so good usages, which we can work on improving. The positive ones are control through surrender. The word phrase in itself came out very nicely. Every step required a committee inside. That entire phrase came up together, was put together in a very well way, a very well put way. Then there is confronted me with the same question. It was used in one of the speeches, and not surrendering effort. These were the majorly positive things that I've heard and felt new, different, and put together in a very well English placed way. In the not so good usages, one is uh, the one of the speakers said sunrise, which was hardly earned. To me, it felt like the statement should have been earned hardly rather than hardly earned. Then it said halfway mark, made a halfway mark. It should have been made it halfway through. Maybe I'm wrong. Either ways work, but I felt the second one is more well placed. Keep away this mobile is one of the statements that was said. Instead it should have been said that keep the mobile away while you are going like, at night or when you want peace. That's how the statement should have been. Depends on person to person should have been depends from person to person or depends person to person. One last thing that I have is a lot of us have a habit of using okay and but as connectors. So instead of using okay or rather starting a sentence with okay, there was once a scenario where there was a chat and then we were like okay and then the statement started. There's no need for the word okay there. We can try and omit it. That's about the grammarian's report for today. And aspire as a word was only used once by Toastmaster Sharindra. So that concludes my report. And back to you, Toastmaster Sharindra.
Thank you. Now, as the R counters report, let me start with the first speech, which was delivered by Parth. Parth, you have a tendency to repeat words, especially the word the, and you have repeated this at least 4 times in different places. And then when it came to other words, it was like was twice, like was twice, and I don't know how that came, was once. The next speech was by Rishabh. Rishabh, I'm so happy to report to the group here that in your prepared speech, you did not use a single filler word, which is amazing. Primarily because if you look at Rishabh, the speaker in table topics, Rishabh, you had 8 likes. And I think I have mentioned this earlier also, that you must be aware of this. I think was thrice. Ya was thrice. When it came to Parth in your table topics, you had 3 likes, 2 so's, and 1 ah. William, ya was once, and repetition for the word to was 4 times, and ah was 4. I do not know what I counted, but I'm sure I did. But if there is someone, please give me a feedback on that. Rahul had 1 ah as far as his table topics was concerned. Now, let's take the evaluators. My first evaluation was done by myself, and I had 2 hours and 1 do which was inappropriate. Rahul, you had I mean twice, which was not required, and 2 hours. Let me go back to our table topic master today. She had 2 hours. And to the Toastmaster of the day, Jitendra sir, you had 3 hours. Besides that, everyone was pretty good. Now I'll go back or to our timer of the day, which is our president and the one and only distinguished Toastmaster Puneet to please give his report as a timer.
Thank you so much, Channel Evaluator. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with my timer report, and please allow me to share my screen. I hope this Excel sheet should be visible to you. So, into the speech section, Toastmaster Parth took 8 minutes and 45 seconds. Toastmaster Rishabh, as in icebreaker speech, the time limit was 4 to 6 minutes, so 5 minutes and 53 seconds. Then the corresponding in evaluation, DTM Surendra took 4 minutes and 10 seconds, and Toastmaster Rahul took 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Then into the table topic speech, Toastmaster Parth took 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Toastmaster William took 1 minute and 14 seconds. DTM Surendra took 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Guest Prabhat took 1 minute and 19 seconds, and at the end, Toastmaster Rahul took 1 minute and 8 seconds. So the timings which is mentioned in a yellow background by Toastmaster Parth, DTM Surendra, and Toastmaster Rahul, you have exceeded time just in few seconds. So I request you to please be a bit mindful about the timings. Other than that, it was great. Everybody was on time and utilized their time so well. Thank you so much, and that's all from the timer's report.
Thank you so much. Now, let me just thank everyone here for having attended this meeting and made this meeting so exciting. And no meeting is exciting if we don't have a very exciting TMOD. And today, Jitendra sir really blessed us with some fantastic information and suggestions on how to unleash your energy and what are those constraints which hold us back. To start with this meeting, Parth came in and gave us a very, very concise but very effective opening as the SAR of the day. Our president, who's the presiding officer, invited all the guests and checked out with them about their presence and from where they have come in so that we started knowing them better. We had our TMOD, which is Toastmaster of the Day. Our past president had someone who we really miss in this club because of his immense knowledge and amazing mentor, which was Toastmaster Jitendra. Toastmaster, as I said, he is the one who creates the excitement for the meeting, and he did that statutory today. In very simple and day-to-day activities that go around us, he picked them up, gave it to us, and made us think. I must compliment him, and I always want him to come back to our meetings and give us his wisdom, which is amazing, believe me. Thank you, Toastmaster Jitendra, for having graced this occasion. Thank you very much. Our
Thank you.
table topic master, as usual, had very thought-provoking assignments for each one of us. Her thoughts were so precise, and the way she was able to get people to open up and talk about the various topics that she was talking about created a great variety in our meetings today. The, 2 minutes, 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 2 min grammarian's report today was so well structured that each one of us learned a lot from it. And the timer's report, as usual, was so concise and clear, made me at least think once again that I need to cut down my evaluation times. But then I always have, right from the time that have become a Toastmaster, I have always felt that the evaluator must be given at least 4 to 5 minutes to do a good evaluation, because otherwise we are only touching basics. We are not going into depth. And if you are really going to do an evaluation and give suggestions to the speaker to improve, it takes a little more time. But I'm sure Toastmasters time tested it, and therefore that is the right thing, and we need to follow the guidelines. I also want to make a special mention about our guest, Prabhat. Prabhat, I can assure you that continuing in Toastmasters for at least 6 months, you will find a major change, because we do not teach, we help. And I know that it's an ingrained fear which stops us from emoting ourselves and talking well. Work with us and you will see a lot of change in very short time. But thank you for joining, and you did a great job today. I loved it. Raket sir, thank you for coming. It's so nice to hear from you and also about your success in life. Thank you. And Rahul, my friend, you have come all the way from there to see us and meet us. And thank you very much. William, you gave us a beautiful speech, a very good, thought-provoking table topic that you spoke about. Thank you for being here. Overall, a great meeting with a lot of you joining
Thank
us.
you.
Keep doing this, and thank you very much once again to our TMOD of the day, Toastmaster Jitendra, who I'm going to hand over the stage for the moment to close his topic before he hands over to the presiding officer, which is our president. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Jitendra, for the great evaluation, very depth in, although you surpassed the time, but you did a justice to the speaker. Okay. So to conclude, I said that some of the things you know, what you don't know. Like if you don't know to ride a bike, you know you don't know. But some of the things are there you don't know you don't know. For example, Johnny Lever was in the Dharavi slum. He never knew that he will become a great comedian in the movies. Some director asked him, and he doesn't know what. Rajnikant, he was the bus conductor in Bangalore, in BMTC. So he also never knew that he had that talent. So to find out the things what you don't know, you need to mingle with people or be noticed with people so that they see something in you and they will tell you, yeah, this is what you do, or they will give an opportunity and you will unleash yourself from where you are. With this note, I would like to pass upon to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Puneet Sharma. Over to you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jitendra. And before we move ahead, please be on camera so we can take a photo, and then we can move to the feedback section. So on the count of three, 1, 2, 3, say cheese. Okay, thank you so much. Now I would like to ask some feedback from our guests. So, we are already running out of time, but please be a little bit crisp and give your feedback into few lines. So I will go first with Toastmaster Rakesh, then guest Prabhat, then our beloved Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jitendra. So yes, Toastmaster Rakesh, what is?
Uh, Thank you very much, Toastmaster Puneet. In fact, it is a wonderful experience attending this meeting. The thing is that since I'm alone here in Kolkata, so I was just scrolling Insta and the Facebook, etc., WhatsApp. But just now I have come across one. I belong to JPTM group, Janakpuri Toastmaster Club,
Okay.
which is in Delhi.
Yes,
So
I know.
there, our president, Madam Aarti Sharma, Toastmaster Aarti Sharma, she floated this message. So as soon as I came across that, I joined that. And unfortunately, the table topic session was going to the last speech was going on actually. But anyways, I wanted to have something put something in my mind to put forward. And fortunately, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jitendra asked me one question, asked the question through the question, and then I replied, and I I ventilated. I was whatever was in my mind, I just poured before your good selves, and I am now feeling very much elated that I have actively participated in the meeting, and thank you for the opportunity given.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very
Thank you so
much.
much, sir. And you're most welcome to join again. We meet currently we meet on same time, 9:30 on Saturday. Now, guest Prabhat, any word
Here.
from your side?
So it is actually very best experience. Yeah, actually, I get some kind of confident that one day I will also speak fluently. Actually, I don't have any physical issue. I have only the people facing issue. So, for today's session, it was great, and it means I felt that one day I am going to talk in a fluency. And you all who means a Toastmaster has advised and have given a feedback, and that is really very, means very helpful for me. And I am looking, I am looking forward, and I will be the part of his platform, and I want to improve my confidence as well as my communication. That's all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words, and you're most welcome to the meeting. Now, move to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jitendra, sir.
Okay, this I've been a past of this club, the homecoming for me. I wanted to talk to you guys of the TMOD. So I don't have any feedback. It's the same what I left it 2 years back. It is the same club. Only thing is there nowadays the challenge which we were when I was the president, we were facing the same challenge, the attendance factor. So that needs to be taken care. That is for across the globe. This is a problem. Role players and all. That is the only feedback. Otherwise, quality of the meeting and everything is same what I left it. This is again
Thank you so much.
improved version of Saurendra, distributor Ria and all. We have seen that. That's all.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
sir. Thank you for the words of wisdom. And yeah, we will try to work on the feedback given. Now, Toastmaster Rahul, just speak a few lines from your side.
Yeah, all I want to say is thank you very much for having me at this meeting. It was my pleasure. And like the other day, I was talking to Puneet about since it's Friday night here in Detroit, so going to a club, spending 150 bucks on drinks and all, it's much better than at least like if I'm staying awake that late, it's much better that at least I join up a Toastmasters virtual meeting where I can at least try to uh, test my speaking skills because these skills are very underrated. I mean, This should have much more importance, in my opinion. So all I want to say is thank you very much.
Thank you
Over
so
to you.
Very
much.
true. Very
Thank
true.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the meeting number 779 of Bluequest is officially closed now. And if anybody have to share anything, especially I will ask DTM Surendra sir, if you have any words of wisdom from your side, or anyone, if you want to share, you're most welcome. Is it fine? I think we have lost the connection.
No, can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can
Yes.
hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me tell you, there's a new club which is being started or chartered in Gurgaon, which is going to be a Hinglish club, which is Hindi and English together. So you can spread the word around. Maybe a lot of the wives at home think that they are not able to grammar thing. They can start their journey in Toastmasters by joining this English club, and then from there get that confidence and break that barrier of fear which holds us back from being a good speaker. So I would urge you, I will share this in the group very shortly.
Thank you so much, sir, and
Over to
thank
you,
you so much, everybody, for joining. Let's meet next meeting at same time. Till then, bye bye. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye. Have a great
Everybody.
day.
Actually, I wanted to ask
Please
something
do
from
come
TMOD
back.
of today.
Please do come back next Saturday.
Yes, Parth. Yeah, I am staying
Sure.
here. Please ask.
I wanted
Go
to
ahead.
take
Go
a role
ahead.
of TMOD. Sorry.
You wanted to
Actually,
take
I
the
wanted
role
to
of a
take a role
TMOD?
of TMOD next meeting. So I wanted to know something about it, like how much time we have to speak of. We have to like how much time do we have to speak,
The
and what are the
meeting normally
transitions?
is for 1.5 hours. Listen, the meeting is for 1.5 hours, right? And the time which is taken normally, you can just do a mental calculation. The SAR takes maybe about 3 minutes. In the introduction by the presiding officer, it takes about 5 minutes, right? And then, depending on number of speeches that you have, you will say take about 8 minutes for a speech. Then you have a table topics, where the table topics are for 2 minutes, let's say 3 minutes, and you can take about 5 table topics, which is 15 minutes, plus another, say, 3 minutes, 8. So it's about 18 to, say, 20 minutes is taken away for that. And then you have evaluations, number of speakers into about 4 minutes per evaluation.
Mhm.
2 minutes for the 3 tack, and then maybe another 5 minutes for the general evaluator. This is what is the time taken by other people. Balance time, you have to take it over. So I would say that if you have enough material to talk for about about
Around
12
half an hour.
minutes. No, 12 minutes. Because you also have to do other things, introduction, is that, was करना है आपको.
Right, right.
12 to 15 minutes material if you have, you should be able to do that. Am I right, Jitendra sir?
Yes, sir. Well, what he said, 12 minutes, at 30 minutes, you should be
He
prepared
said
with 30 minutes
what
content.
should... Ha.
So 30 minutes
Exactly.
content, you should be there, but you have to speak for
Absolutely.
12 to 15 minutes
12 to
average,
15.
you can say. 15 minutes
15
average you have to
minutes.
speak. And for this, Blue Quest has the agenda. That agenda you go, there is a defined timeline mentioned for each speaker. So you can count the time there, and how you manage the time, that is up to you. That is again, you need to do a mental calculation. Think that you are the MC. Toastmaster of the day is the MC of a meeting. Think in that perspective, you will get it. How a MC controls when there is a goof up somewhere, you have to manage it. So sometimes you make your script half an hour, but try to divide it, precise it in sections. Like first, I gave it starting with a dog, how you explain it, so people get into that. What is unleashed? Some people might not have heard what is leashed, because one of the meeting I took the same topic. One person only knew that chain is called lease. So you have to make them understand in your day-to-day life. First thing, then you go to the general evaluator. Then after that, you general evaluation, roles and responsibility. Then you start the prepared speech. Then you come to your topic again, give the gist, you point, you pros and cons, you can speak. So first the cons, then the pros. Then after that table topic, then you take then you summary. So that you have to, everybody, it's a different way of doing it. You do once, you'll come to know. For the timing, take a Blue Quest agenda, any of the old agenda, see that how you have to do the transition. That's all. It's nothing. Once you do it, you will be able to do it. There is nothing, something with great what we are doing it. It is with practice.
Okay, so I think
Yeah.
that's it.
Thank
Thank you.
you,
So
sir.
we can, if you
Okay.
have any questions, you can reach out to Soren sir or me or Ria or anybody. We will help you for sure. Thank you so much, and bye bye.
Okay.
Have a great
Bye.
weekend.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice
Bye-bye.
day.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you so much.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.